So Hagan's been coming on forever, guys, and he always surprises me. He's like, no, man, I monitor what's going on. I know what's going on the show from time to time. And it's true. This guy's been on a lot. He's got 8 wins. But this is what playoffs are all about. You're only 20 points behind with 3 races remaining, fundamentally changing the dynamic. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we definitely closed the gap there last weekend, but let's be honest, right? Like, they're doing a great job over there. Austin Prock, his dad, his brother, it's a family affair, and they're working really hard. We have a lot of work to do, but one thing about funny cars, man, is like they're super humbling, and if they find a way to humble you, to bring you back to reality sometimes, and it's just, and I know I have in the past, I've been that way. It's like, man, you think everything's going great and everything, you're just gonna kill it, and then it kicks you in the ass, and then you're like, oh man, well, here we are. We have a lot of work to do. Those guys have been doing a great job, and we're kind of playing catch up. I think we got 2 wins. Jack's got 2 wins, and everybody else has got 1, and he's got 8. So when you put that in perspective, if I was a betting man, I'd bet on them. But what's really cool is I pulled up someone. No, I didn't pull it up. Someone sent it to me the other day. They asked AI the predictions of between me and Proc, battling it out, coming down to the end and all that kind of stuff. And it was really cool what AI spit out. It was just talking about how old I was and how much seat time I've had, and how I've, dealt with, adversity and pressure and all this other stuff. So it's kind of cool to play into it, but that's why we have the playoffs, right? I mean, if this was regular season, he won the regular season countdown, ran away with it, but you can't count out guys like Caps and Beckman and Wilkerson and all. I mean, they're all good cars. And I mean, it just, look how much one race changed the scheme of things for me. And I think that's why we mix it up, right? I've been on both sides of the thing, when I guess the last time when we ran the full season not the full season, but ran it out till the end and didn't reset the points was during the COVID deal. And man, talk about, like, for me, that was like one of my championships I'm probably the most proud of, because it's like you never knew when the season was going to end. You didn't know which racetrack you were going to go to. You just ran. You just showed up, and we were allowed to race cars. And you started off with 0 points and you finished with this many, and that was it. And so it was really cool. And it came down to the last race, and I think it was the semifinals with me and Tommy Johnson, and it was still a battle without even resetting the points. So. These resets deal, they're always, make for nail biters. That's why I shave my hair so close on the sides, because it's got gray, man. You know what I mean? But but that's what the fans love, man, and that's what it's all about, So I'm excited to be a part of it. Very humbled and blessed that our team is clicking at the right time, and we got a good group there. They work really hard. They're really, really dedicated, motivated, and they do a good job putting a race car underneath me, man. I couldn't get it together the other day, man. I was up there, and what's really cool about my group of guys is that I can really talk to them, right? And so my lights were a little off in qualifying, and then we go first round, and I'm 114 against Laughlin. I'm like, dude, I covered the tree up. I'm like, what is going on? Well, we've had some blow ups, and we've had a bunch of different injectors on the car and barrel valves and everything else. And I pulled Newt to the side. I was like, bro, I don't know. I'm like, I'm covering the tree up, and it should be, I mean, worst case scenario, it should be 80s or 90s on race day, and I'm just like, I can't get there. And he's like, well, hold on, man. He's like, let me go over here. I'm going to reclock the barrel valve. We'll see about the injector openings, all this kind of stuff, and come back out. And I got a 66 light, against Cruz, and it's just like, okay, well, thanks, bud. You know what I mean? But then that gave me the confidence, like, okay, well, he went out there, he worked on that. I was able to talk to him. Lights came around, all that kind of stuff. Whereas, sometimes that falls on deaf ears, and it was just really, really nice now to know that I got a crew chief that I can go to and sit down and plead my case and be like, hey, dude, I know a lot of times reaction time's me, but there's a lot of people that don't realize there's so much stuff that goes into the car with the barrel valve and the clutch levers and the primary weight and the tug and the RPM and all this other stuff that your crew chief can help you out with some of that stuff. And he went out there and did that, man. And that spoke volumes to me as a young crew chief that took the time then when he's over there trying to dissect all this information to go rounds, to go out here and help his driver out. You know what I mean? So that was huge for me. It was a big kind of like exclamation point in our relationship is like, I can talk to this guy, I can come to him, he's going to work with me, I'm going to work with him. We have each other's back, and that says a lot, because don't get me wrong, crew chiefs they're amazing, but sometimes they get super focused on certain things and they don't have time. We only got like 30 minutes in between each run to really kind of pull all that information apart, make head gasket calls, go in there, look at all the parts and pieces, and still throw it back together, warm it up, and drag it up there. So not a lot of time. So that was cool. You know what I mean? It was like, all right, man, this kid, he's gonna be good.